Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno. Welcome along to episode 59 of the Greeno Tour, my FM21 European journeyman where I can only manage teams I've seen play live or been to their stadium for some reason. It's the start of a brand new season here at FC Köln. Plenty to catch up with from over the summer. Let's go and get on with it. As always, with the first episode of a new season, we start with the transfers. Going out, a lot on loan again. The one big one that's gone out, Oliver Batista Meyer. He was kicking up a real fuss that we didn't accept a couple of bids for him. Stuttgart finally came in with something close to 15 million with all the add-ons and what have you. So in the end, we took that. It's decent money for a player who probably would have been a fringe player this time around. Beyond that, Tafner went out on a free. Dennis Mann also left the club. Luca Denk, who's very much a fringe player, has gone off to Mainz. And then, like I say, a bunch of players out on loan. The ins, now this is an interesting thing. We've brought in 4 players, all on free transfers. Which means, if we take a look at the finances, we've still got £90 million in the transfer budget, should we need it. There's about 3 weeks of the transfer window left. Also, about £160,000 in the wage budget. So that's looking pretty good. Now, the players we've brought in are kind of interesting. First up, Juanjo Prieto. He's a backup goalkeeper, but with loads of potential. You can see here, definite 4-star, possibly 5-star potential. 20-year-old Spanish goalkeeper. He's played 5 games for Atletico Madrid's first team, so he's obviously no mug. And look at these goalkeeping attributes already at the age of 20. His mentals are pretty good. Physicals are okay. But he's described as a wonderkid. He's only going to get better, isn't he? Very, very good signing on a free transfer, that one. Now, do you only ever sign one goalkeeper in the summer? Not me. Pedro Carreño, another Spaniard, this time with 2 full international caps. He has come in from Getafe. Also came through the Atletico Madrid Academy, so they've got something decent going on with goalkeepers there. This guy has been brought in as our first choice goalkeeper. Already valued at £22 million. We got him on a free, remember. 3.5-star current ability. Really, really good attributes in the goalkeeping department. Very solid attributes mentally and really decent physicals for a goalkeeper too. So I'm really happy to have got him on a free transfer, it has to be said. He is definitely our number 1 keeper right now. 2 others who I mentioned we'd lined up on free transfers already. Christian Ceballos is an Argentinian midfielder, lots of youth caps. We have picked him up from Juventus. He's also been playing in their first team time to time. Again, lots of potential, not quite so ready now. He's fairly professional personality, potential 4-star ability, but currently only 2.5. But I like his mentals, quite like his physicals. Some work to do in his technicals, but for a sort of central midfielder, they're not too bad. So we're going to see him get some game time this season, certainly. And this player is a big, big signing for us. Valentino Livramento. Naturally a right back, but we're going to use him as a left back more, I think. Driven personality. Again, we got him on a free, already valued at £48 million. Look at his mentals. Look at his physicals. The guy is a beast. Don't know why he's not picked up any England caps yet. They must have a really, really stacked full-back department. But like I say, you can play anywhere across the back 4. You can play anywhere up the right-hand side. That versatility is going to come in very, very useful for us. Well, how has pre-season gone? As you can see, remarkably well. We started with a 4-2 win against Club Brugge. A few smaller teams we played on our little tour of, was it Austria I think we went to? So we played Schwechat, which is, I think, a team right near the airport in Vienna. Parndorf, which is where a very nice big shopping centre is. And then we played a team called Esterreja. Don't know who they are, but we've battered all of those 3 teams. Played a team called Scoopy, who I think are Macedonian, perhaps. Beat them 2-0 away at their place. Then some encouraging results here. Atletico Madrid, we played them, beat them 3-1 at home. Uerdingen, we've played in the first round of the German Cup, beat them 3-0 away, and then just the last local friendly just to get a few more minutes into legs of people who weren't quite match fit, and we won that 3-0. Now, I don't know if you noticed going through it, all of that, but there is one very interesting feature. Giorgio Lisi, who we didn't give a lot of game time last season, played 6 games and scored 11 goals in pre-season. We're going to give him an opportunity to be our starting striker. Today, it's our first league game of the campaign. We are at home against Werder Bremen. You'll remember we had some ding-dongs with them last season. They knocked us out in the cup semi-final, didn't they, if you remember? This is the lineup we're going with today. So Carreño, the new goalkeeper, comes in and starts. Livramento is starting at left back. Huang Zhao is going to play at centre half. He's come on quite well over the summer. He'll be alongside Onguene and Pinheiro at right back. Mariba, who we have on loan for a 3rd consecutive season from Man U, he's starting in the middle of midfield alongside new signing Ceballos. Gaetan Moran is unfortunately injured and unavailable for selection today. Right-hand side still is a bit of an issue. We might be looking at investing some of that £90 million in that area. Skov is going to play today. Thielmann is injured, and obviously we used Lisi out there time to time last season, but we're playing him up top today. Evina plays on the left-hand side. Obviously, Batista Maya has left, so Evina has a chance to stake a claim for that position himself. Priska in the attacking midfield role, and Lisi up top. Let's head off to the stadium and see how we get on. Well, stop the press. Just as I clicked continue to get through onto match day, this job offer came in from Roma, who are a team that we can go to. I've been to the Olimpico in Rome. Therefore that qualifies me potentially to be the Lazio or Roma manager. Over the summer, there were a couple of jobs available that we applied for. Manchester City came up. We didn't get that. Benfica came up. They couldn't agree compensation, which was a bit of an alarm bell for me anyway, because if they couldn't afford my compensation, there wouldn't have been a lot of money around for transfers. And we were actually offered, out of the blue, the France national job. Not quite sure why, but we turned that down. I thought it would just be too much of a distraction from the main job. But I did apply for the Roma job, and they have now approached me. So as normal, we'll go through and have a look at both clubs and see which is the best option. So we start out looking at the club where we're at right now, FC Köln. So as you can see here, excellent training facilities. We had them upgraded over the summer. Excellent youth facilities. 4-star reputation and rich. Obviously we have that £90 million transfer budget. £1.3 million wage budget, roughly, or 1.35, there or thereabouts. I think we've got a good squad. I think we've improved it over the summer, and there is the opportunity still in these next 3 weeks to improve it further. Top-class striker if we need it, and a right winger. We have the funds to do that. We're estimated at £729 million value. Pretty good. 50,000-seater stadium, all in good condition, and we're in the Europa Conference League this season. So there's a European trophy potentially. It's a good club, isn't it, that we're at right now? So it's going to have to be something pretty special for me to want to move on. Let's go and have a look at Roma and see what they're all about. So we can see here in the job offer, they're offering me £35,000 a week. I'm on £34,000 here at Köln, so that's not really much of a consideration. Transfer budget of £67 million, so a little bit less than we have here at Köln. The wage budget is double, £2.6 million. Be interesting to see how much of that they're actually spending right now. So if we come and take a look at the club, I mean, it's in pretty good shape, isn't it? So the training facilities are 4.5-star compared to 4-star at Köln. Similarly with the youth facilities, 4.5-star there. The reputation is the same and finances are also rich. They're in the Europa Conference League too, so they've not finished in the top 4, or maybe not even the top 6 of the league last season. Obviously, the big local rivals are Lazio. So let's have a look at who their key player is here. Marash Kumbula, the centre half. Albanian, 28 years old. He's on 145 grand a week. Valued at 44 million. I mean, he looks good, doesn't he? He does look good. Wow, what a cool player he is. What's the hot prospect looking like? Again, not bad. He's 20 years old, mind. So he's got a little bit of development left in him still. Decent little squad option, I suppose. So, They're only valued at 345 million, but I guess that's in part because they don't own the stadium. I guess that's owned by the local council, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at the squad overall. So, one thing I always like to look at right from the start is the age of the squad, and it is fairly aging. I mean, you've got only one 20-year-old there. Everyone else in the sort of most valuable players, they're sort of top 12, 15 maybe, are all 27 years or older. So that's something to take into account. Even though we'll probably only be around for a couple of years, that seems to be how it works on this journeyman. We don't tend to stay anywhere too long. So maybe it's not too much of a problem, and we have got some money to sort of chop and change players a little bit. And one of the things that we do have to do, actually, is to bring through youth players. That is one of the club objectives. So who have we got here as well? So Myron Boadu, never know how to pronounce his surname. Obviously, he's a very, very good young player at the start of the game. 27 years old now, 56 caps for the Netherlands. Pretty good. I would use him as an advanced forward, I suppose. Like that role, and I think he suits that quite well. Nuno Santos. Decent. Plays anywhere in midfield or up top. Not a bad little player. Who else have we got here? This is the youngster, Madson Mesquita, a Brazilian. I like the look of him. He does look good, doesn't he? Proper wonder kid. Very skillful. A lot of fun to work with someone like that. Trincao. We all know about him. He's good on the right-hand side. Can play in the middle too. It's not a bad squad, is it? Polirola. I don't know what's going on with his hair. He's a decent enough wing-back. Maybe someone you look to phase out a little bit over time. A Polish lad here. Plays at centre-half. Not quite as good as the lad we saw at the beginning. The Albanian fellow, but solid enough. Andre Anderson. Again, versatile midfielder. I'm quite liking the look of this squad. I think there's something to work with, definitely. So now I have to go and think, which of the two do I really want to manage now? I've taken a little bit of time offline to think about this one. It's a very, very tight decision. I think I quite fancy the Roma job. Let's have a little negotiate with them. Let's see what else we can get in here. So this is what they want us to do, to work within the wage budget, 4-year contracts for first team players. As we bring new ones in, that's not a problem. They want to reach the final of the Conference League, qualify for the Conference League again. That just means finishing in the top 7, and they are actually slated to finish 7 in the media preview, and to reach the quarter-final of the Italian Cup. So not huge expectations. Reaching the final of the Conference League might be the trickiest of all of those things. I wonder if we can get them to bung us a little bit more cash. Always worth asking, isn't it? No, back to 35. Will they give us 36? They will give us 36, so we could get a £2,000 a week pay rise. I mean, that's not bad, is it? Do you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to take the Roma job. Finalise the deal. So after having taken you through the transfers at Köln and how we were set up for that Werder Bremen game, etc., we're not going to see it. We have taken the job, we have got on a plane, and we have headed to the Eternal City. We're in Rome. One of my favourite places in the world, to be honest. I love Rome, so really pleased to be here, even if it's only in virtual terms. So, I don't think we're going to take you through the whole club and whatever now. What I'm going to do, we have a friendly against Inter Milan lined up for today. So that's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire. Then we're playing against MTK of Hungary in the Europa Conference League qualifiers. So we haven't gone straight through to the group stage for that. Hopefully they wouldn't put up too much of a challenge against us, but you never know. So I'll probably play that Inter game and the first leg of the MTK game offline. And then we'll come back for a Sassuolo game in the league. And maybe even chuck in the second leg of MTK if we haven't battered them too much in the first leg. I think that's probably a sensible thing for us to do. So, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Hope you don't think I wasted your time at the beginning going through all of the Köln stuff, because I didn't know the Roma job was going to come in. I think it's a right move for us to make. I think it's going to be an interesting one, a big, big club, and I wonder if we can really get them up to the top and challenge the very, very big boys of Italian football. Let's hope so. If you did enjoy this episode, please drop a like on there for me. If you've got any comments about the move I've just made, or the series as a whole, I'd love to see them in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed to the channel, click that button and come and hop on the Greenobus. There is plenty of room for you all. Just remains for me to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon for some more action here in Rome. Bye for now.